It's the Bush League Mud Show.
So, like, you got Ben Zobrist.
Yeah.
Have you seen that story?
Yes.
Nate, did you see the story about Ben Zobrist? I feel like I
it's
feel like
like
we're already doing a podcast, but we might as well just talk about this shit.
Yeah.
No, Ben Zobrist.
Okay.
Let me pull this story up here
this
for you.
sly son of a bitch. This was
Nate.
Yeah.
This is gonna go down. So Ben Zobrist, baseball player. He played a season, or he played a couple of years with the Cubs. He was a part of the World Series roster. Let me give you this. That was first reported by the Peoria Journal-Star.
Okay.
I'm going to give you the
Top
title.
line paper.
I'm gonna put some respect on their name only because I was born in Peoria Methodist Hospital.
Okay, so this is
You don't
hometown
claim
shit.
Peoria as your hometown.
No, it's
No.
Rockford. No, I was in Rockford from 3 days. I was only in Peoria for 3 days. I just got pushed out there.
Pushed out.
Where'd you get pushed in?
Is that what we're saying here?
I got pushed out of my mom's vagina in Peoria.
That's the most you have anchored yourself to memories. Okay.
All right, here we go. Ex-Cubs star Ben Zobrist claims wife Juliana had an affair with their pastor. Lawsuit says this shit gets creamy real quick. About a year after he took a leave of absence from the Chicago Cubs, Ben Zobrist discovered his wife was having an affair with their minister, according to court documents. The minister, who was also accused of defrauding Zobrist's charity foundation for which he worked, a Eureka High School graduate. The 40-year-old Zobrist made those allegations in a lawsuit filed on his behalf in May in a Tennessee Circuit Court. Last week, the Journal-Star obtained a copy of the lawsuit. Now retired after a 13-year Major League Baseball career, Zobrist is seeking $6 million in damages from Byron Yawn, the CEO of Forrest Crane & Company, a Nashville area business consulting firm. Yawn also is a former pastor and elder at the Community Bible Church in Nashville. In that position, Yawn met Zobrist and his wife, the former Juliana Gilmore, about 16 years ago. The Zobrists were married in 2005 and have 3 children. Ben Zobrist paused his 2019 Cubs season for about 4 months as he and the 36-year-old Juliana, are a contemporary Christian singer, addressed their marital problems. During that stretch, Ben Zobrist lost about $8 million in income, according to the lawsuit filed May 6th in Nashville. 2 years ago in a neighboring county, he filed for divorce. Now, this is what I always say. This is why I was like, if I ever became rich and famous, rich anonymous, whatever it is you do in that limelight position.
Correct.
Wait until you fucking retire or you're done with that before you get married. Why the fuck are these guys getting married while they're in the, you know what I mean? Like, there's just too much at stake.
Prenup. I mean, this is exactly where that all started. This whole prenup. By the time you get to marriage number 5, I think Johnny Carson was the first one to kind of do that. It's like, look, I'm on my 7th.
Right.
We're signing something here because I'm fucking done.
Right.
All my Tonight Show money is gone.
It's gone.
Yeah.
Right. When the Journal-Star contacted one of Ben Zobrist's attorneys, Larry Crane, regarding the Nashville lawsuit, he stated he was unable to comment on pending litigation. Messages were left last week with Yawn and Juliana Zobrist. A published telephone number for Yawn was disconnected. Yawn provided...
Conveniently. Yeah.
Now, this is where we get real good. Yawn provided the Zobrists pre- and post-marital counseling, the lawsuit states.
Yeah,
he
did.
also counseled Ben Zobrist regarding anxiety and depression. Beginning in August of 2018, Yawn talked daily with Juliana Zobrist, the lawsuit states. It alleges their sexual relationship began in the spring of 2019 and lasted for about a year.
No, it didn't. It started in 2018 where they're talking daily.
Yawn and Juliana Zobrist used prepaid mobile telephones to help conceal their relationship.
Burner phones.
They were using burners.
What are you, Jason Bourne?
Oh,
Okay,
man.
well, that's how you got to do it, though.
Yawn's
Drug deals and sex deals. Burner
Absolutely.
phones.
Those are the only
Yawn's
2 reasons you need that.
Yawn's wife, Robin Yawn, reportedly discovered the phones in May of 2019. Robin Yawn notified Ben Zobrist, but she told him she believed believed her husband and his wife were engaged in an emotional relationship, not a physical one.
Oh,
the
okay.
lawsuit states the Zoberists began marital counseling. Ben Zobrist did not know until June of 2020 that his wife and Byron Yawn had a sexual relationship, the lawsuit states. Juliana Zobrist admitted the nature of the relationship and that she lied to her husband about it in responses to written requests for admission in a divorce proceeding. An internet court record search revealed Ben Zobrist filed for divorce in May of 2019 in Williamson County, Tennessee, where he and his wife reside. Juliana Zobrist filed a counter complaint in March 2020. How fucking dare you? What the fuck are you countersuing for, you whore? Anyways.
Why do they never call Bill Burr has a great bit about this? Why do they never call them the whore? It's always the maid with Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Yeah.
It's never the whore. You knew the man's wife, you knew the children, and you still, okay. And back to Baker, right? Is that where you're going full circle? Is that where, are you predicting?
We
this kind of shit. I didn't mean to train wreck your thought.
No.
Is this where it's going?
I'm just giving you the story as reported by the Peoria Journal Star.
Just
Very
the facts.
credible source, apparently.
Well, you got to give it to them. They've done the research.
They did the
They got the
research.
documents. They got all this. And how about the pastor's wife making that phone call? Hey, they're hooking up.
Yeah,
and
it's emotional though. It's
emotional. I was told that's okay. He's a man of the cloth.
Also, that month, Ben Zobrist left the Cubs after he had played 26 games that season. He didn't do shit in them 26 games. I can tell you that. He did not return until September. Zobrist also missed part of the 2019 spring training for what he called an excused absence. During that time, as his marriage began to crumble, Zobrist was confiding in Byron Yawn.
Oh,
so he didn't even know yet.
Yeah.
Reproduced in the Nashville lawsuit were text messages the men exchanged in February of 2019 as Zobrist planned to join the Cubs in Arizona for spring training. That was the start of Zobrist's fourth season with Chicago, for whom he was a 20. All right.
Okay, so they were, I don't know all the details of where their living arrangement is, but apparently, Nashville's the home base. Mm-hmm. So while he's in Chicago, and of course, baseball players, they're
on the road
all the time. So
Perfect.
this shit was going on the whole damn season.
Juliana Zobrist twice had spoken with the divorce lawyer. Ben Zobrist told Byron Yawn. She used the words emotional, verbal, and spiritual abuse. I've never heard in my life.
Spiritual abuse.
How the hell do you pull that off?
Abuse. I was shocked. Ben Zobrist texted. Can't be 2,000 miles away from her and kids while she's thinking that about me. I have owned every bit of my sin, but I will not own the abuse angle. Replied Byron Yawn. I'm sure it's like getting knocked off your feet and into your head, but I can't imagine what it feels like in this moment. You're a husband and a father first. That's who you are. Yawn encouraged Zobrist to give his wife some space, the lawsuit alleges.
Yeah,
give her some space.
Space for him to get on top of it, yeah.
And money.
With those marital problems as a backdrop, Yawn worked himself into a leadership position with Patriot Forward, a not-for-profit group Ben Zobrist founded. Its purpose is to help professional athletes
have their wives fucked by a pastor.
That's actually that should be the title.
Yeah.
Wife.
Yeah.
tend to their
Fucked by the men of the cloth.
mental health.
Not that it's the first.
Prepare for life after their careers. Yawn had drafted his job description as executive director of the charity, the lawsuit states, but in March 2019, Yawn was terminated.
God damn. This is like a
So he was terminated though before.
Why did we get this shit on tape? We should have recorded this shit.
We are.
We're good, man.
We are.
We're good. We'll have to edit some things.
Still, Yawn continued to draw a $3,500 monthly salary.
Shut the fuck up.
Until May of 2019. The lawsuit did not explain how Yawn was issued those checks other than to say it was done fraudulently.
Well, yeah.
The lawsuit also reveals Ben Zobrist donated significant sums of money to the Community Bible Church.
So wait a minute. The pastor was dicking everyone.
Of course. That's what happens.
So he most likely had. Okay, so back to the fraudulent check things.
Yeah,
we don't know how he got him. He got him because the goddamn wife signed off on the checks. Mm-hmm. So he was getting the checks that way. And then, we've got to have our tithings. The Lord says at least 10% of your check should be going to him. And about 10 inches of his dick, too, inside of there.
When it came to Zobrist donating to this church, it says here, on average, he contributed $10,000 monthly. That's how you lose $8 million in income.
Yeah.
Good Lord.
And again, Zobrist,
no pun intended.
Zobrist a good player, but he's not getting $100 million a year.
He ain't getting Mike Trout money.
I mean, think of that. Player contracts have come up, but his contract maybe $10 million a year, or was it 12.5? I mean,
I can't
he
remember
was in that range.
I can't remember the exact value of the contract when he signed with the Cubs.
Oh, that's right. He had that extension. Okay, yeah.
It says here, he contributed $10,000 monthly. Zobrist also gave the Yawn family between $10,000 and $15,000 to fund a pastoral trip
to the fucking bedroom.
Yeah, that's like we're going fishing,
the
honey.
Fucking
promise
boom lounge in fucking Vegas, probably most likely.
It's like that Brokeback excuse. Yeah, we go fishing once a month.
Yeah.
Quote: Mr. Yawn often capitalized on the plaintiff's celebrity. The lawsuit states, asking him to sign autographs for his mother-in-law.
And they turned up on eBay.
Everybody's in on it.
Jesus. Everybody got a bag in this deal.
His whole family's benefiting from this.
Requesting tickets to baseball games. Hosting guys' night out for the church at Mr. Zobrist's home. Requesting that Mr. Zobrist send personal videos to parishioners who were being baptized, and nominating Mr. Zobrist as a deacon of Community Bible Church in hopes that his celebrity would attract new parishioners and keep current parishioners.
Was there a poll at this baptismal location? Guys' night out. When the fuck have you heard?
Getting wet and wild.
Yawn no longer is associated with the church. Its senior pastor, Ryan Haskins, told the Journal-Star. Ben Zobrist graduated in 1999 from Eureka, where he played varsity baseball, da-da-da. All right, let's go here. Thinking in space. Okay, sorry. So this is... Okay, it says here, estimated total value of Zobrist's major league contracts were roughly around about $87 million.
All right, so $87 million.
But basically what
$8 million now
but
he's
think
lost.
about that. I mean, that's just frightening to think about. This guy is going through marital problems with his wife.
Yes.
They're going to counseling where the pastor is their counselor.
Oh, yeah.
And they're sitting across from this guy. The pastor's sitting across from Ben Zobrist and his wife, giving them marriage counseling advice.
But here's the
knowing
thing.
that he's banging this man's wife.
But Nate, am I right though?
How do you sit there?
In this
Good
case
grief.
though, or usually in most
game.
in most of these marriage cases, when you go to a marriage counselor, who picks it out? The
woman,
wife.
the wife.
So
Yes.
I mean, I gotta say,
Not that I'm aware of this.
but I'm
yes,
just
she
saying.
usually does.
Research.
Well, Mr. Yan was probably offering a discounted deal, which is probably why she went with him.
Right.
Exactly. I mean, that's the whole.
To PJ's point. I mean that's actually at the heart of it. Somehow, God damn, this is like a John Grisham novel. I highly doubt he chose the therapist. In
Correct.
fact, most of the time, statistically speaking, the men tend not to want to go to therapy.
Correct. Right. Yes.
So it was her idea.
Yes.
But most importantly, to your point, who they went to
Exactly.
while she was boning them. Is that what we're saying?
Well, did that start? Well, they formed a relationship. Because that's the thing, though.
No,
was
they
it post?
had already allegedly had formed the relationship, and then
They went to the council.
and then they went to the counselor.
Okay, all right. So yeah,
Oh
it
my
all
God,
happened
that is
quick.
twisted.
And
This
while
is so
all
bad.
this stuff is going on from the very beginning, they're already doing financial dealings with this guy in the church.
No, this chick is twisted.
Well, but that's the
Wow.
other thing, though, because when you go to counseling, someone wants to be right. Even though that's not the point of going to counseling, someone wants to be right to prove to the person that I've been right this whole time. So if she goes to the guy she knows that will agree with her and lay her down on the bed and give it to her as well, that's
good.
And I could see
would mediate that.
And then I could see why Zobrist left for 4 months last year. Anxiety, depression. Yeah, because you got all this shit going on. Oh, by the way, we need you to hit at least like 280 and produce during the fucking season with your team. And you've got all this baggage going on. And they have kids, right?
3.
Fuck.
Yeah. So they go, and a good therapist will mediate between the two.
Yes.
And say, nope, okay, you've had your shot. Yeah. Now it's her shot, and won't take sides. But now so they go to therapy. Yeah. Then he goes off. He has to travel back to the baseball point. I mean, that's their schedule. Yeah. So these two have a relationship. And again, did they start it while they were in therapy or prior to?
See, allegedly this had started before.
If they started before.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Jesus. All right. That is a torturous. Seriously, that is manipulation beyond.
Well, it was a nice Bush League conversation.
Make sure you check out Bush League Mud Show and subscribe down below.
All right, later, guys.
It's the Bush League Mud Show.